Hello, how are you today? Welcome to our new lesson. And today we talk about comparative and relative adjectives. And first, what does it mean comparative and superlative? Where, when we can use adjectives. Comparatives and superlatives are used to compare people, places, or things. Next, we see three animals. Here we have three animals: dog, horse, and elephant. And and now, how can we compare these three animals? Let's compare the dog and the elephant with the adjective fast. Comparative: a dog is faster than an elephant. Faster is a comparative. Comparative compares two things. In this case, a dog and an elephant. Next, now let's compare the horse with the other two animals. The horse is the fastest of the three animals, which means the horse is the fastest of the three animals. Fastest is a superlative. A superlative compares one thing to all the others in the same group. In this case, we're comparing the horse to other animals in the group, which are the dog and an elephant. Now we need to learn how to make a comparative and superlative. First, if we use if we use one syllable, for example, fast or young, uh, with this adjective, um, we such as fast or young, we put ir at the end of the adjective to make it a comparative. The adjective fast has one syllable, so we just add r to the end of it. Faster. The adjective young has one syllable, so we just add ir to the end of it. Younger. For example, a dog is faster than an elephant, not more fast. We say faster, as you do in some other language. Also, it's important to use than after than comparative. Faster than, slower than, younger than. And to make a superlative, we add est to the end of the adjective. For example, fast becomes the fastest and young becomes the youngest. It is important to have the article the before the superlative. Uh, the horse is the fastest. Again, since the adjective has one syllable. We don't say the more fast. No, we say the fastest. Next, when an adjective has one syllable but ends in an E, such as nice or strange, we just add an R to the end of the adjective to make it a comparative. The adjective nice becomes nicer and the adjective strange becomes stranger. For example, and for superlative, just add st, and so now nice becomes the nicest, and strange becomes strangest. Next, we see look at the three monsters: Dean, Harry, and Frank. Harry is nicer than Frank. Yes, Frank looks like a grumpy monster. And but of the three monsters, I think Dean is the nicest because he has a gift for you. Of the three monsters, which is the strangest? When an adjective has one syllable and ends in the consonant plus a short vowel plus a consonant, such as a big and a hot. We double the last consonant and add "er" for the comparative end. "Est" for the superlative. Big ends in the consonant "e", a short vowel "I", and another consonant "g". So we double or make two of the last consonants. It's with the word big, the last consonant is G. So we need two GS. Big becomes bigger with two G's. The superlative is biggest, also with two G's. Next, look at the weather on these 3 days: Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. For the comparative, we use Monday was hotter than Sunday. Sunday was hot. And when we use superlative, we say Tuesday was the hottest day. Next, if the adjective has two syllables ending in Y, like happy and crazy, we and the adjective also ends in the letter U, we remove the Y and add IER for the comparative. The happy becomes happier, happier, and for the superlative we also remove the Y and we add eyes. For example, happy becomes the happiest. Crazy becomes crazier and the craziest. For example, we take three girls, Susan's Mary and Chloe, and how can we compare these three children using the adjectives happy? For comparative, we can take Mary is happier than Susan. For superlative, we say uh, Susan is the happiest. Next, when an adjective has two or more syllables, we don't add ir or ist to the end of it. For example, famous. The adjective famous has two syllables. Famous. So we can't say famouser. No, it doesn't exist. For comparatives, we use the word more before an adjective with two or more syllables. So famous becomes more famous. Uh, and for superlatives, we use the word the most before the adjective. And it's the most famous. Expensive has three syllables, expensive. The expensive becomes more expensive, and for the superlative, we say the most expensive. For example, let's compare a bike, a car, and a plane as ways of traveling. For example, everyone and everyone know what a car is more expensive than a bike, and the plane is the most expensive way to travel. Next, of course, there are always exceptions. In English, the common exceptions are the adjectives good and bad. With good, the comparative form is better, and for the superlative form, we say the best. For example, you are a better singer than John. Yes, we don't say more good. No. We don't say gooder. No. We say better and the best. With bad, the comparative is worse. And the superlative is the worst. For example, it was the worst decision he had ever made. We don't say most bad or baddest, no. We say the worst. There are more exceptions such as far and little, but we will see this in another time. Okay, guys, I want to say thank you for this lesson, and um, I give you some homework about this lesson. Please write 10 sentences with comparative and superlative adjectives. You can say thank you and goodbye.